Welcome back to She Scores, where we talk all things women's soccer. I'm your host, Kayla. And today, for this game of the week, we have Angel City versus Seattle Reign. I can't wait to get to that with you guys. Obviously, at first, we are going to go in with some soccer training. I have two clips for today. We're going to go into those first, and then we will end with some soccer news. And we'll do one news and then one kind of analyzing some tactics. So I'm honestly excited to go into these with you guys. I haven't done training clips in a minute, obviously, because we took like a little break. And as mentioned last week, I forgot to record. I am recording on the day I'm supposed to be, so it's okay, guys. All good. So so the first one is a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. That's how you do it.
And we'll go again. I wish I could slow these down a little bit for you guys, but yeah, obviously, as if people who are just now watching this, yes, I do play on the right side. I am a right winger. I've played outside back, but every time I played outside back, I have gotten injured. Especially since I still have like a lingering like ankle injury from like years that I am realizing is really hard to deal with. So this is kind of what we're gonna also get in these clips. The ball comes in pretty fast. So oh. Oops. Okay.
There we go. That's how you do it.
And a lot of these we're working on like shooting techniques and passes. So that's what you're gonna see about this. All right, now on to the second one, which is the one if you saw any of the TikTok um like on Reinvented and She Scores or on my personal page, this is what you saw. So yeah. I didn't show you both, but so yeah, I genuinely have been trying to really work on shooting and like calming down shooting, which I thought pretty good. I've gotten pretty like good at. Um and I struggled with that for a long time where I was just doing whatever. Uh and it took me a while to kind of realize like what I was actually really good at and what maybe I'm not so good at. So yeah, those are the clips for you guys for this week. We'll probably have some more next week as well, but I'm going to take both of those off the screen. And we are going to go into the data for the game, which I have to use my phone again because my laptop does not do this. And neither does the tablet. So yeah. Oops. All right. Yeah. So this was So this was played on the 30th of March. So this was Angel City 2 and Seattle Reign 1. Which I think was Angel City's first win of the season. So big kudos to them. So we are going to look at the stats for the game. So possession-wise, Angel City with 58% and Seattle Reign with 42%. So obviously, again, this shows probably who had a bit more control in the game, or at least of the game, which looks to be Angel City. Total shots, 16 shots for Angel City and 6 for Seattle Reign. Again, it also paints the picture of like who's controlling more of the game, who's getting the most out of it. Let's see. For shot accuracy, I'm gonna do the shots on target. So you had shots on target 5 for Angel City and 2 for Seattle. Again, to me, that's there could be a lot of factors that go into that of saves, blocks, stuff like that. But obviously, Angel City had better, like on the accuracy part of it being on target, whether it was a save, a goal, etc. So if the goals scored, we already said, 2 for Angel City and 1 for Seattle Reign. Obviously, by the looks of this, you would look at that and probably think Angel City won without looking at the score, just based off the possession and control of the game. That is not always the case, but that is pretty accurate. All right, expected goals. Let's see. Well, general play. Yeah, I mean, doesn't I always forget I always forget to look at this because usually it will tell you the team that is more likely to win. Or okay, so say insights. This is pre-match. Yeah, Angel City's 1-0 win over Seattle last October was its second victory in 11 meetings with the Reign in all completions. 1 draw, 8 losses. Seattle's 8 wins over Angel City in the beginning of 2022 are tied for the most by any NWSL team against another. In that time was Seattle's 8 against San Diego and Kansas City's 8 versus Houston. So by the looks of it, it was more of a Seattle had the more of the chance to win, or not even the chance, it's more the expectancy to win, just based off the previous matches. But again, I like to think when you're going into like a new season and even into a game, it's like every game is different. No, that's not always going to happen. So let's see. Oops. What stats? Sorry, my phone is like not wanting to work today. So for pass accuracy, you had 75% for Angel City and 71% for Seattle Reign. So actually pretty close both pass accuracy. And that's actually pretty good for both. Obviously, Angel City was a bit more connected, but not by much. So I think Seattle kept up pretty good in that department. So we'll look into defense now. So tackles 1. For Angel City, 16, which is 72%, and for Seattle Reign, 14, which is 56%. So again, like most of Seattle's, threats per se weren't very or dealt with pretty easily by the defense. Because it even says for keeper saves, Angel City 1, Seattle Reign 3. So again, obviously Angel City had a bit easier time dealing with it, dealing with the pressure. So except for obviously they weren't as tight because a penalty was scored in the 12th minute. So and then clearances, you had 25 for Angel City and 33 for Seattle. So again, that shows more of Angel City was putting a lot more pressure on Seattle defensively. So they gave them a little bit more defensively to deal with. And then interceptions, you had 6 for Angel City and 13 for Seattle, which again shows the attack that Angel City was bringing to Seattle Reign. I almost forgot the team name. Anyway, all right, into fouls committed. You had 8 fouls for both sides. And then for yellow cards, 1 for Angel City, 2 for Seattle Reign, which one of two things it could have been. I don't think it was a very choppy match, but looks like looking at this, it could have been like a tactical foul, which was obviously a foul on purpose. So like from your defense, you usually see that from your defensive midfielders. But that's more probably what it was. There was probably a few iffy challenges in there. And then no red cards. And then attack. Corners, you had 9 for Angel City and 1 for Seattle Reign. And again, that is just showing the attack, the press that Angel City was putting on Seattle Reign. So yeah, I would show you guys video highlights of this game, but my tablet is giving me lots of problems today. So we are going to end with some soccer news. We're going to kind of keep going into the like analyzing. I found an article from the Equalizer. Both these articles are from the Equalizer. I will be linking those below for you guys. But how the Washington Spirit are adapting their attacking tactics. Injuries and onset stalling meant they had changed their offensive tactics. There is an ad right there that is going to bug me. Though the Washington Spirit should be where they are this early in the National Women's Soccer League season, it is remarkable they've done it while contending with injuries to key players. They currently sit third with 2 wins to their name. It has adapted the circumstance with new tactics to get most out of his squad, and their 4 non-penalty goals scored are tied for 4th. Yet questions remain about the attack's efficiency and how long the team can cope with injury setbacks. Yeah, it is fair to say that results matter more than performances for the squad at this early point of the campaign. The win over KFC helped them stay within striking distance of Kansas City Current and Orlando Pride, being able to rack up early points until they get key players back and ultimately revert away from the 3-4-2-1 system and back to the 4-3-3, which I feel like for a lot of people, or at least a lot of teams, that's their preferred method. So sometimes though you have to kind of also look at your players because not everyone's going to fit into a 4-3-3 system. Because every formation has its strengths and weaknesses, and you got to find the best players that are going to fit those strengths and weaknesses. So, yeah, hopefully they can kind of go back to that. If not, I think changing up tactics is actually pretty smart, just to get the best out of the players you do have. And then we are going to end here with Tierna Davidson has torn ACL and she's going to miss the remainder of the season. And if people actually didn't see this, she actually went down awkwardly during the game. It was a non-contact ACL injury, but I think this is like her second one, which is pretty sad because she was heartbroken and she was in tears. So she landed awkwardly jumping to defend a pass near the touchline. Our club will do everything we can to support her through this recovery and rehabilitation process. And if you guys didn't know, she plays for Gotham FC. I guess I probably should have read that, but I'm trying to summarize this. This will be her second ACL rehab in 4 years. She tore the same ligament in her right knee during a March 22 training session with the then Chicago Red Stars. Her college career at Stanford ended prematurely when she fractured her left ankle early in the 2018 season. Davidson then finally gave up her final year of eligibility to enter the 2019 NWSL draft, where the Red Stars selected her with the number 1 overall pick. She became the first player to be drafted with college eligibility remaining following a rule change announced late in 2018. So now she's on the season-ending injury list. The loss of Davison is a blow to Gotham, team that has lost much of its depth during the offseason. She was replaced on the pitch last weekend by Mandy Freeman, who partnered Emily Sonnet in central defense the rest of the way. Gotham are off to a slow start. With 2 points through 3 matches, they have been shut out in their last 2 matches. The first time since Juan Carlos became head coach in 2023 that has happened. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty big blow for Gotham. It'll be kind of interesting to see how they adjust, especially after losing a player that is the captain and also knows how to lead a team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Post episodes every Sunday. You can find us both Reinvented and She Scores. You can find us on YouTube, Reinvented She Scores. We are also on Podcast Player. We have Reinvented episodes on Podcast Player and She Scores. Then we also have a TikTok, Instagram, Reinvented She Scores. I have my personal Clapper TikTok, Instagram on KickSK28. I am starting back up the Juicy Smut again. For all that, I guess no one was really wondering, but I haven't been able to really do that as much. So yeah. And yeah, I will see you guys next week with a brand new episode. Peace.